Just to touch on general maintenance and things that you would recommend people to do. In general, about once a month, use a dishwasher cleaning tablet, run it on empty, and
Mhm.
I'm assuming maybe on the hottest setting, or all right, what would you recommend?
Yeah, so the longest setting, the hottest setting. So pots and pans, sani rinse, high temp wash, whatever you can do there. Just make sure and deselect the heat feature because it doesn't have anything to dry, so it's just going to be a lot of heat that's not
Gotcha.
necessary. Yeah, that's the only thing you want to turn off is the heating element. But yeah, definitely once a month. It's great to do. It also helps to keep the smell down because that is kind of common among a lot of dishwashers is it'll start to stink after a
Uh-huh.
while. So yeah, cleaning it regularly helps that. Once every 6 months, I would also recommend to sanitize the dishwasher. You'll typically find two types of cleaner. One is generally the tablets that you use once a month. The other is a sanitizer, cleaner, deodorizer, and it usually comes in a bottle, maybe about 6 inches high or so. You remove the cap and there's a wax seal on it. You put the whole bottle in your dishwasher, usually in the silverware compartment, top down, and run the full cycle. So once the water gets hot enough, it melts the seal and then it runs the solution through the dishwasher. And that, once every 6 months or
Yeah,
so.
got you. Just to touch on the filters as well as that, about once a month, you'd reckon, just to get in there and clean it out, or
Yeah, once a month would definitely be a good call. Probably before you do the clean cycle,
mm,
just so it's got really good water flow. Those filters, they're like a metal mesh, and so they're pretty
hmm.
sturdy. You could even use a wire brush to clean them without any damage, but typically like a hard nylon brush is usually good. Just run it under hot water, and that'll usually scrub everything off of
Nice
there.
one. Yeah. So that's all the sort of the regular maintenance to think about when it comes to dishwasher.
There's a few other things. You want to check the seal around the
Hmm.
door, which is that black seal that goes around kind of the perimeter of where the door shuts onto it. And just make sure there's not any heavy buildup. You could take a warm rag, a wet warm rag, maybe with some vinegar, some kind of light solution cleaner on there, and just run it around the seal. Make sure it's nice and clean so your door's got a real good
Hmm.
seal. And then, sometimes despite cleaning and despite everything, you can get some buildup, especially in the nooks and crannies. One big place that is really hard to keep clean unless you do it manually is when you open your door, right where your door meets the tub of the dishwasher, there's kind of a space. You could almost stick your fingers and run it in between the open door and the tub of the dishwasher. And within a few months, it's going to build up gunk and everything else. If you just run a rag down there when you do the filter, when you do the cleaning, it'll definitely help to especially reduce the smell because you can get a lot of stuff that grows there for years and never gets
Yeah,
touched.